Now I should tell you this before we start. This is a topic very close to my heart. It is a tale of past events and, in turn, what they have meant to me in terms of who I am now. The words I'm speaking will hopefully show how that the title of this poem is ultimately true. So now, I'll begin the story for you. Throughout my schooling, I was always considered tall. I did well in my lessons, though by no means all, and I would never suggest that. I don't have the gall. But the combination of my height, that when starting primary school I could already read and write, and I never really ever put up much of a fight in my defence, meant I became someone to tease. The kids could get a reaction from me with apparent ease, and because I always wanted to please, I kept it inside. I kept it to myself, and though I didn't know it at the time, I let it affect my mental health, despite knowing in my heart that there were a wealth of options available for me to take. So I made an error in judgment. I made a mistake that many of us still continue to make. I didn't reach out when I should have done. I let the kids carry on with their fun, thinking that when I changed school I'd be done with having to put up with the taunts and punches that came my way on all breaks and lunches in constant, demoralising, painful bunches. I thought when I changed to this brand new school with its very visual anti-bullying rule that finally everything would be cool. But I came to quickly realise that school policy was meant for parents' eyes and was not in effect for someone of my size. When the bullying started, I went to the teacher. I begged and I pleaded. I tried to beseech her to make use of the school's anti-bullying feature. But what I was told, what the teacher chose to say, was that help was not going to come my way. That I'd have to suffer day after day, week after week, with no end in sight. That at the end of the tunnel, there was no light. So, yeah, I kind of gave up the fight. Now that's a terrible thing. 11 years old, feeling like you've been left out in the cold. Any trust you had, put on hold. Not knowing on who you could rely, when what you were told was so obviously a lie. It got to the stage that I wanted to die. Now I'm not proud that this is the case. I could have edited this out to try and save face, but frankly, I need to give you at least a taste of what was going on at the time. That for a while I'd lost my mind and had no idea as to how to find a way out of the hell that I found myself in. I genuinely thought that through suicide, maybe I could win back some points from those who had been my tormentors throughout each school year. That maybe I could make them shed just one tear in payment for all of those shed in the depths of my fear. Somehow, I was brought back from the brink. I got a second chance, some more time to think, where I came to understand that I could be a strong link. But I was lucky. The next school I went to had a teaching staff that actually knew about bullying and what to do should it appear within the student population. So when it did try to rise again, they noticed my hesitation and asked me for an explanation. The problems that I was having were dealt with fast, and my being bullied became a thing of the past. If it didn't sound so cliched American, I'd say I had a blast at that school. I made friends and I had fun, things that I'd never really done when, for me, school had begun. It was at that school that I was inspired by English teachers to explore the fires of my creativity and even these poetic desires. From them, the confidence I gained helped me in numerous ways to train to put my life within a frame of reference that I could abide. And though there will always be a little part of me that's terrified of the depression that I felt, I now try and keep that tucked away inside. I now use it as a rock upon which to stand, knowing that my life is safe within my hands, that having been through hell, I can now withstand anything that is placed in front of me. My experiences have in fact helped me to see the positives in what could most likely be a very odd and interesting life. And I'm under no illusions that it will be free of strife. But at least now, I'm prepared to roll the dice. Because you see, whatever may come, I'll be prepared for it. The good, the bad, and even the utter shit. Because what makes a pearl is the grit. Thank you.